Good morning. Duncan's got a question right off the bat. Says, got into this game for about 3 hours last night. Very deep gameplay and options for items. Hopefully it has lots to do. Hundreds of hours of content? Question mark. Yes, absolutely hundreds of hours of content. If you're just like me and you're playing it as a single player RPG, and you're just going through to get your 50 hours of main storyline quest, that's what it is for me. But for many different people, it is a hundreds of hours game. Welcome to the channel, Mortifex, Zedix, Muzzvader, Robert C. Thanks so much for following along and watching on YouTube and Twitch. But if you play beyond just the single player experience, if you go into the map as an example, we were talking about this in the video I launched this morning. If you see all these like diamond quests right here, like these things on the map that are diamonds, those yellow diamonds, those are side quests. And if you pan out, just in this region, there are dozens or so, and then you go to all the regions, and a lot of them are proximity based, so you have to be in the vicinity to see them pop up. So, but once you do, then they're there for you. So there are hundreds of side quests to do apart from the main quest line. So if you're getting 50 hours of main storyline content, there are definitely 100 plus hours in terms of side content to explore. And then outside of that, you've got crafting, which is where I spend a lot of my time. And the crafting is quite in-depth. The harvesting crafting system, it does require time and effort. So there's a pretty significant grind there if you're going to truly do that. Then apart from harvesting and crafting, you also have the factions. So you can join one of the 3 factions. Well, then there's a whole nother series of quests around the faction things, because then it's like, okay, well now you have a faction. So now you can go do missions for the factions, which earns you faction currency, which you can then spend on faction items, gear sets, cosmetic sets, but they are gear sets that benefit your character. And then there is the other side of the faction system, which is the PvP side of the faction system, which is 100% optional, but it's related to these settlements and factions taking over a settlement. So like as of right now, as an example, I think this one is controlled by the syndicate, but then there's different towns that are controlled by different syndicates, and depending on which syndicate controls a town, it depends on what benefits you get, because if you're a part of that faction, you can, but there are certain forts where you can't go in unless you're part of a faction and or are flagged for PvP. So there's an optional side of the game related to the syndicates and that stuff, and that's really in the ballpark of like, do you want to participate in like the leveling up of a fort, the defending of a fort, and then the perks that go along with it. But it's a whole nother side of the gameplay that doesn't have anything to do with the story. That's just there for the players who want to participate in that. Then on top of that, yes, Duncan, there is a level requirement for factions. I think it was 25. No, it wasn't 25. 25 was something else. It was like 20-ish, around 20. I don't remember off the top of my head exactly what it was. We did it yesterday. So I think it was around level 20 that we got access to the faction system. Once you get access to the faction system, like I have a faction headquarters somewhere around in here. I think it's this place right here. This is the syndicate hub, so that I can go here and I can get missions here. And there's a whole system related to that. Then, outside of that, if you're interested in it, it's completely optional. There's the new season track, which you have to be level 25 to start. There's the free version, which is what I'll do. I'll never spend money on this because it's, I can grind it out in this limited time I have. And then there's the paid track. The way I would look at this is like, when I play Lord of the Rings Online or Star Wars: The Republic, I usually come in and play for like 3 months, and I just throw a VIP subscription at them for 3 months so I get all the perks. This is the exact same thing. This is just a bunch of convenience items and everything else. So if you really like the game, and you're having a lot of fun, and you want to throw them some money and pay an extra, pay a monthly sub, you can, and you get access to this premium battle pass. That's a whole other thing, because there's these activities in here. So you can go in here and there's all these things that you can do. These are just checklists, but it's objectives for people who want to grind out and earn all of the cool rewards associated with the seasons. But wait, there's more, Duncan. There's also, on the PvE side, dungeons, aka expeditions, of which there are 12 dungeons starting at level 25, all the way out to level 65. There's solo trials, which just got added with New World Aeternum. The raid, which just got added, it's the first raid they've added. That came with New World Aeternum. They have mutated expeditions, seasonal trials. Some of this stuff you can do by yourself, but a lot of it, as an example, this requires a minimum of 6 people. The Elite Trials requires a minimum of 12 players. Then there's the 3 versus 3 arena, if you want to get into the PvP. And then there's the 20 versus 20 outpost rush, which is where you're capturing control points while gathering resources to build your defenses and unlock tactical benefits for your team. So this is when I look at New World Aeternum, the way it exists today. If you've never played it, this is the thing. Because if you've played it since launch over the last 3 years, you've probably participated in many of these things, but not all, because some are unique to the New World Aeternum launch, right? So the benefit of coming in with New World Aeternum, if you've never played, is that there's 3 years of content already in the game, plus what they added with New World Aeternum. So the short answer is that yes, there is hundreds of hours of content if, and the caveat here is if you want to do everything the game has to offer, because the game does an exceptional job of player agency. It gives you many different options to play, whether you're a solo, single player, RPG player like me, who's just here for the single player storyline and the MSQ, or if you want to group up with your friends. Crossplay exists now between Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, so everybody can get together and play regardless of what platform they're on. So maybe your brother plays Xbox and you play PS5 and your 2 friends play PC. Doesn't matter. As long as you're on the same server, you guys can all play together. And I think there's even cross-server matchmaking, but I don't know exactly how that works in terms of like people you group up with. Usually you would go on the same server to play with. So I think that mileage is going to vary depending on what type of player you are. I am very much treating this as a single player game. So I'm going to get my 50 hours and I'm going to go off and do other things because that's my day job. I'm a variety content creator and a variety streamer. But many people will play this way more. A good example is World of Warcraft. I play twice a week. We have people in our World of Warcraft guild who play every single day. And even though I'm the guild leader and I'm the raid tank and everything else, like I'm a variety content creator and I'm all over the place. And those people only play that game. There will be people here who just want to play New World like 6 hours a day. There's definitely content here to keep you busy. Now, what are they adding? Somebody asked about the roadmap earlier today. I have no idea what's coming down the pipeline beyond what already exists. But if you're new to the game right now, there is absolutely hundreds of hours of gameplay to be explored. If you've already played it on the PC, probably not so much because a lot of what they offer with New World Aeternum was just an upgraded experience with a lot of polish added onto it. Yes, it is on consoles, Mistra. It launched on the 15th, a couple days ago, on PlayStation, Xbox, and the PC version came up to parity, meaning the PC version is now the same as the Xbox and console versions, which, Xbox and PlayStation versions, which just launched. Everybody's playing together in cross-play servers now. Duncan says, wow, lots to do. Really enjoying your content and your community engagement. Keep grinding it. Thank you very much, Duncan. But that is the short answer to your question. Yes, there are hundreds of hours of entertainment to be had in this game, but the caveat, once again, is whether or not you're going to be there to explore all of it, or whether or not you even want to. Because like me, for example, I will never play PvP, so that part of the game, it will never happen. I don't have enough free time to give this game like 3 months to be worth paying a monthly subscription for the Battle Pass, for the VIP Battle Pass. So I'll never do like the Premium Battle Pass. But like I have a monthly subscription to Lord of the Rings Online because I do play that game enough long term, and Star Wars: Old Republic, things of that nature. When I jump in and play, I will always pay for a sub. And I do have a running sub to World of Warcraft as well. So it's like there are games that I am willing to do the monthly sub with when I have a long-term plan for those games. But for me personally, this is a one and done thing for the moment. But I keep telling people too, like our numbers for the streams have been astronomical. The channel growth has been really good the last few months. This game is pushing us up even higher. And if people are still having fun at the end of my 50 hours, we may try to find a once a week slot where we continue playing this game for the rest of the year on like a Monday night or a Tuesday night or something. Who knows? You never know if that can happen. It always depends on viewership and what people want. But I do have a busy schedule because like next up is Dragon Age the Veilguard. By the way, my launch video for that went out earlier today. Global launch times have been announced for Dragon Age Veilguard, and also I did a reaction video to Expedition 33, which looks absolutely freaking phenomenal with a voice cast that is mind-blowingly good. Andy Serkis, Charlie Cox, Jennifer, who was Shadowheart in Baldur's Gate 3. Like, that's going to be an awesome game. So I got lots of stuff to do between here and there. So for those of you who are following the stream, we're going to keep going. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, that's your like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, call to action. And don't forget Twitch, because we do daily streams every single day from 9 a.m. to around 3 p.m., 4 p.m. I try to do 6 to 8 hours every single day.